Welcome back to the channel, tennis fans, to another massive breaking update that is currently sending absolute shockwaves through the sporting world, particularly for the millions of passionate fans tuning in from the Philippines and all across the globe. Today, we are bringing you a monumental story, a potentially defining moment in the career of a young phenom who is standing on the precipice of achieving something truly historic. We are talking, of course, about the 21-year-old sensation, ALEXANDRA EALA. The latest updates surrounding her current campaign on the prestigious grass courts of Europe are nothing short of breathtaking. Let me tell you right now, the stakes have never been higher in her young career. The pressure has never been more intense, and the spotlight has never been brighter. The singular, undeniable objective right now, the absolute mandate for Alex EALA as she steps onto courts in Germany, is this. She must defeat the formidable Croatian veteran Donna Vekic at all costs. This is not just another tennis match. This is not just another routine first-round encounter in a standard grass court tune-up event. This is a high-stakes, high-drama collision course with everything on the line, and at the very center of this brewing storm is the ultimate prize in professional tennis, a coveted, heavily protected seating at the upcoming Wimbledon Championships. To fully understand profound gravity of this upcoming clash at the 2026 WTA Berlin Open, we have to peel back the layers of what it actually means to be a seeded player at a Grand Slam tournament, what ALEXANDRA EALA has endured and conquered to arrive at this precise moment, and why a victory over a heavily seasoned, incredibly dangerous grass court specialist like Donna Vekic is the ultimate litmus test for the young Filipina star. Being seeded at Wimbledon is not just a badge of honor. It is a fundamental strategic advantage that can dictate the entire trajectory of a player's tournament. If EALA can secure a top 32 seeding, she guarantees that she will not have to face another top 32 ranked player in the first two rounds of the main draw at the All-England Club. That means avoiding the likes of Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, or Elena Rybakina in the opening week. It provides a crucial buffer, a pathway to settle into the tournament, get used to the slick grass surface, and build momentum before the brutal, heavyweight clashes of the second week. Right now, EALA is hovering precariously around the mid-30s in the global rankings. Her recent triumphs have pushed her tantalizingly close to that magical top 32 cutoff, but she is not entirely safe just yet. Every single ranking point matters. Every single match is a must-win scenario, and that is why this impending battle against Donna Vekic in the round of 32 at the Berlin Open is being viewed by analysts, coaches, and fans as an absolute do-or-die situation for EALA's Wimbledon seeding ambitions. If we look back at exactly how EALA has arrived at this critical juncture, we see a story of tremendous resilience, tactical evolution, and an unyielding desire to prove that she belongs among the absolute elite of women's tennis. Just a little over a week ago, EALA sent a massive statement to the entire locker room by capturing the Lexus Birmingham Open title. That was a WTA 125 event where she showcased a level of maturity and grit that we rarely see from someone her age. She didn't just breeze through the draw. She had to fight for her life. In the championship match against her former doubles partner and close friend, the highly talented Czech teenager Nikola Bardankova, EALA found herself down a set. She dropped the opener 5-7 and was staring down the barrel of a heartbreaking defeat. But instead of crumbling under the pressure, EALA dug deep. She recalibrated her aggressive baseline game, tightened up her first serve percentages, and managed to completely flip the script, taking the next two sets 6-3, 7-5 in a grueling, physically punishing marathon that lasted over 2.5 hours. That victory in Birmingham was her second career WTA 125 title, adding to her incredible triumph in Guadalajara the previous year. It proved that she can not only compete on the notoriously tricky, low-bouncing grass courts, but that she can thrive on them. She navigated past tricky opponents like Priscilla Hahn, Alina Kariva, Menenkaya Sawanki, and the dangerous Swiss player Rebecca Mazarova to lift that trophy. But as EALA herself said during the trophy presentation, lifting a trophy doesn't automatically put you among the greats. It just means you have to keep working harder. And work harder she has. Following that massive confidence booster in Birmingham, EALA immediately packed her bags and headed to the HSBC Championships at the Queen's Club in London, stepping up to the much tougher WTA 500 level. The transition from a 125 event to a 500 event is notoriously difficult. The depth of the field is vastly superior, the speed of the game increases, and the margin for error completely evaporates. Yet, Eala maintained her scorching form, dismantling the veteran Chinese player Zhang Shuai in straight sets in the opening round, putting on an absolute clinic of relentless, suffocating baseline aggression. But the tennis calendar is unforgiving, and the grind never truly stops. Now, the tour shifts to Germany for the highly prestigious Berlin Ladies Open. This is another WTA 500 event, and the draw is absolutely stacked with global superstars. We are talking about 6 of the current top 10 players in the world being in action in Berlin. Players like Sabalenka, Rybakina, and Jessica Pegula are all using this tournament as their final, intense proving ground before heading to London. And right there in the mix, standing tall as a wild card entry, is Alexandra Eala. The tennis gods, however, did not do Eala any favors with the draw. In the very first round, she has drawn the 29-year-old Croatian powerhouse, Donna Vekic. Let me be unequivocally clear. Donna Vekic is one of the most dangerous unseeded threats on a grass court anywhere in the world. This is a woman who won the Olympic silver medal at the Paris 2024 Games. This is a woman who marched all the way to the semifinals of Wimbledon in 2024, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that her massive serve and flat, penetrating ground strokes are tailor-made for the lush lawns of summer. And if that wasn't terrifying enough, Vekic is arriving in Berlin absolutely red-hot, having just captured her 5th WTA Tour singles title at the Queen's Club tournament just a few days ago, defeating none other than Emma Raducanu along the way. Vekic is riding a massive wave of momentum. She loves the fast conditions. She loves keeping the points short, and she knows exactly how to bully her opponents on a grass court. For Alex Eala, this matchup is the ultimate tactical conundrum and the ultimate physical test. This brings us deep into the analytical breakdown of this incredible matchup. How exactly does a 21-year-old rising star from the Philippines dismantle an established grass court titan like Donna Vekic? To answer that, we have to look back at their very first, and so far only professional encounter. It happened earlier this year, in January of 2026, at the ASB Classic in Auckland, New Zealand. They met in a round of 32 on a fast outdoor hard court. Vekic came out firing, using her massive experience to take the first set 6-4. It looked like the veteran was going to run away with the match, but Eala showed that same trademark resilience that won her the Birmingham title. She adjusted her court positioning, started absorbing Vekic's pace, and began redirecting the ball with incredible precision. Eala managed to grind out a phenomenal comeback, taking the second and third set 6-4, 6-4. She proved that she has the mental fortitude to hang with Vekic in the trenches, and more importantly, she proved that she has the tactical toolkit to expose Vekic's movement when forced to hit on the run. However, we must aggressively contextualize that previous meeting. That match in Auckland was played on a hard court. A hard court offers a predictable, relatively high bounce. It allows a player like Eala, who generates beautiful, heavy topspin on her forehand, to set up her shots, dictate the rallies, and push her opponent deep behind the baseline. Grass, on the other hand, is an entirely different beast. It is the great equalizer and simultaneously the great disruptor. The ball stays incredibly low. It skids off the surface. It practically punishes heavy topspin, neutralizing the very weapon that Eala relies on to construct her points. On grass, you cannot simply loop the ball deep. You have to hit through the court. You have to flatten out your ground strokes, shorten your backswings, and be incredibly proactive taking the ball on the rise. This surface naturally heavily favors a player like Donna Vekic. Vekic hits the ball exceptionally flat. She doesn't need a lot of time to generate power, and her shots naturally skid to grass, rushing her opponents and forcing them into defensive, compromised positions. Furthermore, Vekic possesses a massive, highly effective first serve. On grass, a big first serve isn't just an advantage. It is an absolute necessity. If Vekic is landing her first serves at a high percentage, she will win a massive chunk of free points, putting immense scoreboard pressure on Eala from the very first ball. So, what is the blueprint for an Alexandra Eala victory in Berlin? It starts, absolutely fundamentally, with the return of serve. Eala cannot afford to be passive when Vekic is stepping up to the line. She must anticipate the wide slice serve on the ad court and the flat bomb down the tee on the deuce side. Eala will need to have her weight moving forward, block the returns deep down the middle of the court to deny Vekic any angles, and immediately neutralize the Croatian's primary weapon. If Eala floats her returns, Vekic will step in and end the point on the second shot. It is that simple. The second critical tactical imperative for Eala is her own service game. In Birmingham, Eala struggled at times with her first serve percentage, hovering around the 58% mark in the final, and double faulting at critical moments. Against a returner of Vekic's caliber, that simply will not cut it. Eala doesn't necessarily need to hit aces, but she needs a high first serve percentage to initiate the points on her own terms. She needs to utilize the slice serve out wide to open up the court, and then immediately look to hit her first forehand into the open space. But beyond the serve and return dynamic, this match will be won and lost in the subtle adjustments during the baseline exchanges. Because grass neutralizing Eala's topspin, she is going to have to rely heavily on her phenomenal footwork. Eala is arguably one of the best movers on the WTA Tour right now. Her ability to transition from defense to offense in the blink of an eye is staggering. Against Vekic, Eala must use her speed to track down the Croatian's flat drives, get her racket under the low-bouncing ball, and force Vekic to hit one extra shot. Vekic, while powerful, is not the most agile player when pulled out wide to her forehand side. If Eala can utilize a short, angled cross-court backhand to pull Vekic off the center of the baseline, she can open up the down-the-line forehand for a clean winner. Eala also needs to be exceptionally brave and incorporate the slice backhand into her repertoire. A low, biting slice on a grass court is incredibly difficult to attack. By mixing up the pace and the spin, giving Vekic a heavy topspin ball one shot, and a skidding slice the next, Eala can prevent the Croatian from finding her devastating rhythm. There is also a massive psychological component to this matchup that we absolutely cannot ignore. Alexandra Eala is carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire nation on her shoulders. The support she receives from the Philippines is unparalleled, but that level of support also breeds an astronomical level of expectation. Every time she steps onto the court, she is fighting not just for ranking points, but to elevate the profile of Southeast Asian tennis on the global stage. That pressure can either crush a player or forge them into a diamond. So far, Eala has shown a remarkable ability to compartmentalize that pressure, but a match of this magnitude, with a Wimbledon seeding hanging in the balance, is a totally different psychological hurdle. Donna Vekic, conversely, operates with a different kind of pressure. She is the veteran. She is the established grass court threat. She knows that she is expected to win this match on her preferred surface. But Vekic is also aware that she lost to Eala earlier this year. That seed of doubt, however small, exists in the back of her mind. If Eala can weather the early storm, if she can stay close in the first set, and make Vekic truly work for every single point, that pressure will begin to mount on the Croatian's shoulders. Vekic has been known to become frustrated when her aggressive shots keep coming back, and if Eala can turn this match into a physical, grinding battle of attrition, the advantage slowly but surely shifts to the younger, fresher legs of the Filipina. As we look at the broader implications of this match, we have to recognize that this is a truly defining moment in the 2026 season. We are witnessing the evolution of Alexandra Eala in real time. We saw her dominate the junior ranks. We saw her transition to the professional ITF circuit, and now we are watching her aggressively establish herself as a permanent fixture on the main WTA Tour. Breaking into the top 50 was a monumental milestone, but breaking into the top 32, securing that Grand Slam seeding, that is the difference between being a promising talent and being a legitimate, recognized contender on the biggest stages in the world. A Wimbledon seeding is a protective shield. It changes the entire mathematics of a Grand Slam tournament. It allows a player to meticulously plan their recovery, manage their energy levels, and avoid the devastating, energy-sapping early-round upsets that plague so many unseeded, dangerous floaters. For the fans watching the saga unfold, this is the absolute pinnacle of sporting drama. You have the clash of generations. You have the clash of contrasting playing styles. You have the heavy, skidding flat strikes of Donna Vekic going up against the agile, resilient, intelligent counterpunching of Alexandra Eala. You have the battle between the proven grass court pedigree of a former Wimbledon semifinalist and a hungry, rapidly adapting skill set of a newly crowned grass court champion from Birmingham. It is a script that no Hollywood writer could have drafted better. If Eala can somehow find a way to navigate this treacherous first-round obstacle, if she can defeat Donna Vekic at all costs as the narrative demands, it will send a terrifying message to the rest of the locker room. It will prove that Eala is not just a clay court specialist, not just a hard court grinder, but an all-surface threat capable of dismantling top-tier opponents on the most challenging surface in the sport. It would essentially lock up her Wimbledon seeding, allowing her to enter the All-England club with her head held high, full of confidence, and ready to do severe damage in the main draw. However, if she falls short against Vekic, the dream is not dead, but the path becomes exponentially more difficult. She would have to rely on other results going her way, or face the daunting prospect of entering Wimbledon unseeded, fully exposed to the possibility of drawing a world number 1 or number 2 in the very first round. The stakes are crystalline in their clarity. It is a moment of truth for Alexandra Eala. The preparation is done. The tactical plans have been drawn up. The hard work on the practice courts of Berlin has been completed. Now, all that remains is execution under the most extreme pressure imaginable. As we wrap up this extensive deep dive into the most compelling story in tennis right now, I want to leave you all with a final thought to ponder. We are incredibly privileged to be witnessing the rise of a player like Alexandra Eala. The journey of a professional tennis player is fraught with agonizing setbacks, brutal travel schedules, and the relentless, crushing pressure of individual competition. To see a 21-year-old navigate this chaotic landscape with such grace, determination, and raw talent is truly inspiring. Regardless of the outcome against Donna Vekic, Eala has already proven that she is a force to be reckoned with. But make no mistake, she is not stepping onto that court in Berlin just to put up a good fight. She is stepping onto that court to win. She is focused entirely on that Wimbledon seeding, and she knows exactly what needs to be done. We will be watching every single point, every single rally, and every single momentum shift with bated breath. This is the beautiful, brutal, unforgiving reality of professional tennis. Everything comes down to how you perform when the lights are brightest. Thank you so much for joining me for this massive, comprehensive update. Make sure to stay completely locked into the channel, because the moment that match concludes, we will be back with a full, unedited, extensive post-match breakdown, analyzing every single tactical nuance of what promises to be an absolute classic. Until then, keep supporting your favorite players, enjoy the incredible grass court tennis season, and we will see you very soon for the next breaking update.